What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. I am your host, the average LPVO, I guess, hater that your mom said that we have at home. Thanks for watching. Guys, the purpose of today's video is we are going to have a legitimate conversation about why I have said the things I've said about low power variable optics, and honestly what my thoughts are on the setup and what my honest experiences have been in my career and in my life. Okay, so if you want to hear why, or the reason why, a detailed dive into it, and not to attack anybody or anything, but just to share my experiences on things like this, low power variable optics, well, you're going to enjoy today's video. Before I talk too much about it, I need you guys to leave a binocular emoji down in the comments below to help defeat the algorithm god. Thank you for leaving that comment. If you enjoy my content, hit the like button and consider sharing it with a buddy. It does more help than you know. Real quick, most of you guys know, we had a blast last night as of filming this, talking in the Discord server. The way you get into our Discord server is through the Patreon. The Patreon's $5 a month, and it's going to be a blast. I'll see you guys in Discord after filming this video. If you're a member of the Discord and the Patreon, post in the comments and tell these guys it's a blast, all right? Okay, so let's talk about it. So just to show you what we got going on here, I've just got the upper because we got a lot of builds. I'm filming 4 to 5 videos for you guys in one day, so that's why you're just seeing an upper. This is a Daniel Defense V7 upper. It's on this for a reason. Okay, the optic is a Viper PST Gen 2. Hopefully I got that right. It is a 1:6 30 millimeter. I do not have a throw lever on it, and let's talk about it. So why do I have it on a V7? The reason why I have this optic on a V7 is because the V7 from Daniel Defense is the lightest optic or upper I have to run an optic like this on. And typically, to be honest, and yes, I do go to the gym, even though it may not look like it, but to be honest, this thing, even with this lightweight upper, it's very top heavy, and I still don't like it. When I bought this optic, and as you might be able to see, there is a massive ding here on the front of the optic, okay? This optic has been beaten up, but when I bought this optic, it was around $700. I think you can find it street price right around $575 to $600 now. But this is the lowest I would ever go, and I wouldn't even go this low now. When I bought this, as far as price point, when I bought this optic, I thought I was getting in at about middle of the road territory on something like this Viper. But to be honest, if I ever went back to a low power variable optic, I would be in the $1,200 to $1,500 market because that is where you're going to get better glass quality, and that is where you're going to get better durability, and overall you're going to get better weight to weight ratio. That's going to weigh a little bit less and be more durable. The biggest issue I run into is durability and weight, okay? And a lot of you guys really don't need the 1:6 option. So let's talk about weight. We'll beat a dead horse on that. The weight is the biggest detriment to the gun because those of you that have actually carried weight professionally know that if the rifle is heavy, it oftentimes gets left behind or not trained on. And then in reality, when you actually go do that 10-mile movement or 12-mile ruck march with this rifle, you are going to realize it does add a lot of weight as opposed to an ACOG or a aim point, okay, on top of the gun. If you check out this gun has a ton of stuff on it, and a sling and a loaded mag, and it is still super lightweight. That's a Mark 18. But yeah, weight is the biggest thing. Let's talk about durability. The reason why I tell you guys that the entry-level price point is around $1,200 to $1,500 is because these things like to break. They like to break under recoil. They like to break under use. In the Army, we use the Leupold, I think Mark 4 or Mark 6. It's a 1:6, and it's the one that the Navy dude very famously recently had on backwards, right? Hashtag Navy, F in the chat for the Navy. But if you notice, optics like that are going to run around $1,600, $1,700, and sometimes $2,200 because you get what you pay for LPVOs. It's one of those things, unlike other optics, it's one of those things where it very much is a entry-level price. There is an entry-level price. For a lot of you guys, based on a poll that I recently shared, talking about how much you guys are actually shooting, most people said they're shooting 0 rounds. So what that tells me is if you can't afford to shoot, that tells me that you're going to compromise on your optic choice, and you're probably going to buy a Strike Eagle. The Strike Eagles, nothing against Vortex, because I'm holding a Vortex optic right here. The Strike Eagles are bad, okay? The Strike Eagles are bad. They're a budget option. It's like buying a High Point, to be honest. The Strike Eagle is just not a good optic. The primary arms offerings that are super cheap, I do not recommend those either. Honestly, the $1,200 is going to be your barrier of entry for most of the good optics. That's where you start to see the Vortex razors and stuff like that. So Vortex does make good products, obviously, but they know what they have. They're the girl on prom night. They know what they have, and they're going to give it to you at the price point that you're going to have to pay for it, right? So that's why the Vortex razor Gin whatever, the gold one, right, that everyone always likes to buy. That's why it's coming in at around $1,200 as of today. So to be realistic with you guys, and this isn't an Aero Precision mount, because I know someone will ask just to push it a little bit farther forward, but if I'm being honest with you guys, and the battery life is bad. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place. The battery life is bad. It's 150-ish hours advertised. It's horrible, okay? And it's not daylight bright for the red dot that they give in there anyway. So yeah, that's just my honest thoughts. I've seen more LPVOs break in my career than anything else. The price of entry is higher. If you want to carry something like this, you better be able to justify it. Battery life is bad. The eye relief is about 3¼ inches or so it's not as bad as an ACOG, but still, it's just not ideal, okay? Last thing I want to note, if you're getting a 1:6, you're really getting a 1 to 4.5 to 1 to 5. The reason I say that is because the eye box gets really, really small once you get out to 6 power, and the glass quality on a budget optic, and I'm even talking about this, Viper, as a budget offering at around $600 to $700, it's not ideal, okay? So I would encourage you guys to do your research, to buy an optic that works for you, that you can actually train on, okay? Even if that's a $500 CCO, or if it's a $300, what is it? I think you get an EOTech about $550 right now. Don't quote me on that, but you guys have to look it up. So in summary, guys, I would definitely still steer you away from LPVOs for 99.9% of you. Unless you are the very unique type of person that can drop $1,500 on one and still afford to train, and you can justify it based on the terrain that you live in, and you can tell me that it's somehow beats out an ACOG, which good luck, arguing that. But if you're gonna run it, you're gonna run it. All right, guys, thanks for staying to the end of this video. Let me know what your honest thoughts are on the LPVO drama, okay, online. Hopefully this clarifies why I don't like the LPVO as much as other offerings. Let me know what you're running on your rifle, and until next time, it's going to be Trench Grenade, your average, I guess, LPVO hater that your mom said that we have at home, signing out. Cheers.